No, I totally agree, and I think that's actually one of the issues with the narrative here is that there has been a lack of calling out bad actors in this space from the industry. At least that's resonated up to the DC level. Mind you, again, there's a lot going on here in DC. It is election year. It is January 6 hearings, guns, abortion, so many issues. But these issues do permeate up to DC and crypto very, very much. Again, especially in the Celsius and Terra case. But in the case that you mentioned, that stablecoin that probably isn't showing their reserves there. Believe me, there are folks in DC that do see that. We used to have only 2 or 3 members of Congress engaged on these issues. It's now several dozen. I had conversations with folks today in the Senate, or sorry, yesterday in the Senate about Celsius, whether was it a security, were the interest accounts securities. So these are questions that are still being decided on right now, and there's a lot of legislation on the stablecoin front and in the securities law space that's being worked on right now. Some of it could be bipartisan, some of it might be partisan. But these certain market actions happening right now are directly affecting these legislation drafts are in the works. So in the meantime, though, what's going to happen is with Congress having a really short runway, again, we have about 5 weeks left of them actually being here in DC before the election season. The regulators are going to step in. And I think we're going to see a pretty hefty enforcement division from the SEC get involved. There's a hearing actually next week, next Tuesday, the House Financial Services Committee about the SEC enforcement division. And I can bet you half of the conversation is going to be around crypto. You're going to see some stuff about ESG, some stuff about some accounting principles, but you will see a heavy focus from Congress on crypto and what the SEC should be doing more of. So expect a pretty aggressive SEC. And if the Republicans do take back the House and the Senate, they'll probably have some pressure on the regulation by enforcement regime, at least at the SEC. But our message to the SEC is also, there's a lot of low-hanging fruit here. You're going after a lot of the most legitimate companies that are U.S.-backed, and that is setting the tone, like Coinbase, for example, that sets a tone for the rest of the industry.